Despite time constraints, it's all systems go for Gilas Pilipinas in the second window of the 2021 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers later this month. Another batch of up-and-coming stars will don the national colors as they compete in Bahrain under a bubble format. It will be a test of mettle and mental toughness. Multi-title tactician Jong Wichiko will call the shots, and he has his work cut out for him. As with past iterations of the national team, time is one of their biggest opponents as they practically have to scramble in their preparations. Chemistry will be the biggest issue as the players haven't really played together before. But as that familiar phrase goes, laban lang. The squad isn't lacking in talent after all. Plus, if there's one team that can unite us all in this time of dissent and divisiveness, it's Gilas Pilipinas. That's the headline on tonight's Sports Page.
The hottest headlines.
The integral issue.
Who will join the pantheon of the great?
What's the outlook of the future of sports?
The game changers.
The history makers.
Stories that make sports eternally compelling.
Open the Sports Page.
And just like that, in a couple of days, sasabak na uli ang Gilas Pilipinas sa 2021 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. So many things circulating, and we'd like to know straight from the team what are the latest things they will face and the challenges that lie ahead in this tournament. Dom?
Sam, we're very fortunate to be joined by these four gentlemen who will be representing Gilas Pilipinas in the next couple of days. Una-una, Coach Jong Wichiko, Isaac Go, Kobe Paras, and of course Dwight Ramos. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. And first and foremost, we'd like to thank you for your commitment. And alam naman natin that it was initially yes, no, and then now yes. So let's start out with you, Coach Jong. How was it? What was your initial reaction? Well, first, when you were named head coach, and second, na tuloy na yung trip to Bahrain.
First, no, we were supposed to go in earlier, but yes, you said that they first canceled it, and then they decided to go with it. So we came in a little bit late as much as we wanted to come in early. We came in a little bit later than we expected, and then so we're trying to put in everything as fast as we can. The naming of me as a head coach, of course, it's a challenge, and it's fun coaching young players. It's a new challenge for me because they're very teachable, coachable, and they're very receptive to all the teachings of Coach Tab and myself.
So for the three players, let's talk to Isaac, Kobe, and Dwight. For you guys, when obviously you guys more or less you would hear it from social media, but then when finally they said, okay, it's time to play, what was your initial reaction? Let's start out with Isaac.
There's excitement because for the last 7 months, we've all been just working out at home, doing home workouts, self-quarantining. And it's very difficult. It's still very much different when you go to a gym and actually get to work out with guys, your teammates, have that bond. There's something that you can't replace. So finally getting to join the court again with these guys was really exciting, really fun, and I just really look forward to it.
Kobe?
I was just really excited and happy just because nung Feb, di ako nakasama sa lineup because I was injured. So I'm just happy na, I get a chance to bond with my teammates and create memories. And, there's trying times here in this country and dami nangyayari. So I hope na kami as a team, we can bring hope to people and, we can show them that even though there's a lot going on, they're in their thoughts and, of course, in their prayers.
Dwight?
Yeah, for me, I was super excited too. Like we're all basketball players. We all love playing. So once we get the word that, we can start practicing, start playing, and it's just so much excitement comes with that, especially practicing with the teammates again.
Coach Jong, were you surprised at all that you were tapped to coach this version of Gilas? I know you were involved in teaching the coaches, but was this a surprise or you knew it was going to be an assignment?
No, I was really surprised at first na nasali ako sa coaching staff. Yun lang naman yung una ron. We weren't really talking about head coaching or what my position will be. I was just asked if I wanted to join the Gilas coaching staff. And of course, we cannot say no to that. And then they decided that I head coach. So I just welcomed it as a challenge.
let's just establish, where are you and the players right now as we catch up with you a day before you're flying out? Where are you now?
We're now at the NU Laguna Inspire Academy. We've been here for over a week. I think we arrived Wednesday or Thursday of last week. And then we quarantined here for a day after the swab test. And when our results came out, then we started practicing already.
So there seems to be an advantage having the players in this way. It's like in college hoops. It's like having a camp together with these players.
Sure. You can accomplish a lot of things when you're in a camp, where we call it a bubble because of the pandemic, but it's really like a camp. And you accomplish a lot of things because the gym is like 2 minutes walk. And then you can come into your dorm and then you can watch video. Marami lang na-accomplish in this kind of setting rather than going home and then back to practice, going home. So this is a perfect setting.
To the players, Kobe, let's start with you. We know you were injured. Now being able to actually start playing. We know that you guys were quarantining yourselves, you're working on your injury, on your individual skills. How's it been so far, a week into the bubble?
It's been fun and very challenging just because, we're not in 5-on-5 shape and because of the rules and, we couldn't really have 5-on-5 during lockdown. So it's just exciting getting to learn the system and just, playing with my teammates again.
Dwight, coming into this 15-man pool, how is it so far with your teammates, with the coaching staff, a week in the Inspire camp?
I would just say it's fun, just getting back to playing again, combining different players from different teams. It's like just combining a lot of different basketball minds. It's really fun to just go out there and play with everybody.
Well, we know that this is relatively a new pool, so to speak. Isaac, you won. You've had some experience. You've won Ateneo. Who would you say are the leaders of the team, or I would say you'd be one of the leaders as well.
I think with what Coach John and Coach Tab have preached is that anybody in our team can be a leader. So every practice, someone else is stepping up. One day it could be Kobe, another day it's Dwight. You have a lot of guys stepping up, and that's important now, brewing a lot of new generation of leaders and showing that leaders aren't born but made, and we made this conscious effort to step up and take charge and take responsibility of it.
Nadinig mo yun, Dominic? Uy! Nadinig mo yung sagot na yun? Hindi mo alam yun. Coach Jong, was Terdy Ravena considered to be part of the lineup? I know he's in Japan. I know he has a schedule there, but he was part of the team that won in that first window. Did you, in the management of this team, was that considered?
I'm sure that Terdy was considered earlier, but because of his unavailability, maybe I think Coach Tab decided not to go with it because of his unavailability.
Okay. Coach Jong, anong foremost concern mo? What's your foremost concern? Is it chemistry? It's fluidity? What's your foremost concern going into the bubble in Bahrain?
Well, first of all, yes, chemistry is one of them. Not in order of priority, pero yes, chemistry is one of them. And we haven't gone 5-on-5s in a full court setting. We've gone a few times, but that's why we're not in game shape. We're not that fluid at this time. That's what we lack right now, is chemistry and more scrimmages. But this is what we're dealt with, so we have to do the best we can.
Is it a scrimmage amongst yourselves, or is there somebody else?
No, kami lang, because we cannot invite naman other teams to come into the bubble. And that's one thing that we wanted, but hindi talaga pwede. So we'll just scrimmage among ourselves.
Okay, let me ask Kobe as our final question for this part. Kobe, what's it like to be part of the national team? You've been on the national team before in the SEA Games. What's it like to represent the country for somebody as young as you are?
It feels, it's really unreal just because there's a million of people who want to be in my position. So the least I can do is just play hard and just give the best for the country. And, I just want to give hope to people right now. There's a lot of people going through a lot of things. So, I just want to make sure that everyone, if you have something, just make sure to donate to wherever. So that's it.
That's so well said. We'll have more of your sports page when we return.
Angela Kwame would have been a big help, literally and figuratively, for Gilas Pilipinas in the second window of the 2021 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. But the talented center from the Ivory Coast can't suit up yet for the Philippines in FIBA tournaments. That, however, could happen soon enough as his naturalization process has already been endorsed to the Senate. Senator Sonny Angara, who is also chairman of the Samahan Basketball ng Pilipinas, filed Senate Bill 1892 last October 22 to grant Filipino citizenship to the soft-spoken big man. It is also part of the plans for the country's hosting of the 2023 FIBA World Cup. Team officials are confident that the naturalization process for the 6'10 stalwart who has won back-to-back titles with the Ateneo Blue Eagles will go smoothly. If everything goes as planned, he will replace Andre Bloch as Gilas Pilipinas naturalized player and could team up with the likes of Junmar Fajardo, Kai Soto, and Sage Tolentino in the near future.
Welcome back to Sports Page. And Coach Jong, let's start out with you again. You know, you've coached a young Gilas Pilipinas squad already in the 2017 SEA Games, but how different will the approach be now as compared to the 2017 experience?
Pareho lang naman, except that I had some PBA players in 2017 and mas experience yung team na yon in international competitions. We're a young team. I can't say naman inexperienced because some of them also have experienced international competitions. So the difference is I've coached some of the players in the 2017. Eto, I've only coached very few, like Kobe. I coached him in the SEA Games, and then Isaac in the cadets a few years back. So pakiramdaman, is feeling pakiramdaman ng player and then the coach because they don't know me and I don't really know them. So this is a time to get to know the players and them to know me also as a basketball coach. So we didn't really have the time to get to know each other, but we're getting there.
Coach, let's talk about the schedule. I mean, it seems like it's pretty much up in the air whether South Korea will join or not. What's the latest that you guys have heard?
So far, ang alam namin is it's not final, but Korea will not go. Indonesia is a question mark whether they will play in the tournament or not. So we are still waiting final word from FIBA if Indonesia will go or not, and with Korea also.
Dwight, let's talk about the chemistry of the team. We know you guys have been there for about a week, so there's a lot of question about, first of all, conditioning, obviously chemistry, but how would you say where you guys are at right now?
I think we're going at a good pace. I mean, being here a little more than a week, practicing twice a day, it kind of like catches up. So really just getting to know with each other, playing with each other is it's really catching up.
Kobe, for you, many people, a lot of people are very excited every time they watch you. We've seen, great highlights of Kobe. Do you think this is, again, another opportunity for you to show people the true potential that Kobe Paras has?
Not at all. I think the highlights is made, by the fans, by the people who watch. I'm a hooper, I'm a basketball player, and being under Coach Tab and Coach Jong, it's actually teaching me a lot. I don't want to be the highlight player. I want to be the player that makes the pass for the highlight. I want to be the player who rebounds. I want to be the player, that cheers on the bench. So I want to be an all-around player. Highlights, anyone else can have that, but I'm representing the country. I don't care if people notice me or not. I'd rather them notice my teammates. I just want to help the country become better, as a whole. And, basketball is a sport that unites. And last season, I showed people that you don't have to brag or boast to be a good basketball player. So I just want to bring fun in the game and, just play it right and play the right way all the time.
Isaac, Kobe, let's talk about your role in the team. I'm sure Coach Jong, I've been under Coach Jong and he's very definitive about roles. So, has he talked to you guys? Has he mentioned that, okay, you guys will do this or that, or you haven't gotten to that just yet?
I think all of our roles in the team is to do our jobs, whether in specific games will be hitting open shots, will it be bringing down the ball, whether it be setting good screens. The coaches have done a good job, really, of defining what it means to do our job. It could just change depending on the scouting, depending on the situation of the game. But we're all ready. We're all prepared. We're ready to go 12 deep. Everybody, we have confidence in one another to do their job and to get ready. So the coaches will have some fun and play with their lineups.
Okay. Coach Jong and I have an axe to grind against South Korea. We were together in Busan in 2002. We won't show you video of that anymore. But what if we had faced South Korea, Coach? Given what we know about them and with this team, how would you rate our chances, given all the factors of preparation, rush, bubble, and everything?
Well, we have a shot naman against South Korea. Despite all the limitations or constraints that we have. Of course, we know malakas sila. The only difference there would be, if ever, is the naturalized player. Because they will be coming in, supposedly, if they come in, is with a naturalized player because he can spell the difference, if you call them that. If you want to call, the difference maker between the South Korea who we played before and the South Korea that we are supposedly going to play, is a naturalized player.
Gilas Pilipinas sign up for the second window of the 2021 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers is a young one. Sino nga ba ang dapat na mag-step up and assume the leadership role? Let's find out when Sports Page returns. For tonight's That's What They Said, we asked who should be the leader of the young Gilas Pilipinas roster. Josh Ladran said Isaac Go and the Nieto brothers because of their experience and championship pedigree. Mark Anthony Moico. Kobe Paras for sure. He's a vet in terms of international experience. He's been representing the Philippines for a while now. At I Love Aha, Juan Gomez de Liano kasi naglaro na siya sa professional league. Sabi ni Jolo Mendoza, who else plays for the Ateneo Blue Eagles? Mike Nieto. If you know, you know. Okay, guys. Let's talk about, you talked about your roles. Kobe, let's start with you. You talked about, you don't necessarily have to be the guy being the highlight or making that highlight. You want to be the one passing that basketball. So far from what you have seen with your teammates, what are you excited about? What are your what do you think? You said you want to give hope. What are the things that we can look forward to and that we can be hopeful for this version of Gilas Pilipinas?
I'm just excited to, bond with my team and just to travel again. It's been 8 months since we were able to travel. So that will be fun. And, I just want to give hope in a way na, para sa mga kababayan natin, when they watch us and when they win, there's just a joy that they feel. So, when we win, it's not just us who wins, it's the whole country. So we just want to do our best, not just for us, but for the frontliners and for all the people, sacrificing their lives for us.
Dwight, maybe you can share with us as well your role or that you see so far here in this version of Gilas Pilipinas.
Well, I would say, I just do whatever the coaches want me to do. It's just, as a basketball player, that's what you do. You listen to the coach. Whatever they want you to do, that's what you do. So that's really my role.
Okay, Isaac, when you hear the phrase Laban Pilipinas, what does it mean?
It really means a lot because we were the lucky guys who got chosen to represent the continent this time. We know that given the chance, anybody would die for our slot. Anybody would want to take our slot. So that we have to give it respect by giving all that we have. And that when we enter the floor, that we aren't just going in the 12, the 14 with the coaching staff, but we got everybody back home, the millions of Filipinos with us in spirit, cheering us on, and we have to represent them the best way we can.
Coach Jong, just to go back to basketball talk, if Coach Jong is still with us, yeah. What are you concerned about as far as the opponents are concerned? If we consider Thailand, just a few things that we should look out for.
Well, first of all, they have some size. They have experience. I think those are the two main factors that we are considering. Is their experience in the international competition, and they have pretty good size also. In fact, in 2017, our first game with Thailand was very close. We won the game, but it was very close. So that's what me and Coach Tab are trying to address. Yun, those are the two things lang based on Thailand. Based on Thailand.
It looks like everything is chill there. We just saw Coach Tab walk by, and he looks like he's going to.
First time I see him in a sando.
Yeah. So chill. No? But Coach Jong, you've been on many national teams. What's it like to deal with the pressure of playing and representing the country? How do you teach a young team to deal with that pressure, especially now in an age of social media? You can easily say shut it off or whatever, but what is the best kind of advice you can share with these young men?
Don't read social media during the tournament. Yeah, just stick to the game plan, stick to the team, and then forget about what social media says. So that's the best way. Kasi there's always pressure, whether you like it or not. There will always be pressure for the players or the coaches, but we have a job to do and take away all those social media and concentrate on what we're here for.
Probably as the last question, you said they're coachable. What else have you liked about these young men that are under your wing right now? What are the things that we can look forward to, the good things that you've seen?
Oh, they play hard. They have energy, they have intensity. And if they can translate that energy and intensity into the cerebral part of the game, then they're a perfect bunch already. And that will just come with maturity, exposure, because they are already coachable. And one of the factors that they have to consider also is they're all go-to guys in their basketball teams. But we're now all go-to guys in all talented teams. So how do they channel their individual skills into a team concept? Just like what Kobe was saying, we all can score. That's not a problem. But how can you translate that into a team environment, trusting each other that your other teammates can also score? So giving up the ball is very important.
So well said. Dom, we have had a special opportunity to catch these gentlemen before they fly and do this great mission for our country, especially as Kobe was pointing out during this difficult time.
Fantastic, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on Sports Page, and we bid you good luck. We know that it's actually a very difficult situation for this bunch of men that will be going to Bahrain because of the whole pandemic, the lack of preparation. But one thing we know, that phrase Laban Pilipinas will definitely be brought and be given justice because you guys are the ones behind and part of this team. Thank you, Coach Jong. Thank you, Dwight. Thank you, Kobe. And thank you, Isaac, for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, as we go into our final look for tonight, there is no higher honor. And for the players of Gilas Pilipinas in the upcoming window of 2021, the FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers, they've already achieved that at such a young age. How many teenagers or guys in their early 20s could say the same? The Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas has assembled a talented core with tremendous potential, and they could very well be the same people carrying the flag in the years to come. And the national team program is stronger than ever. The upcoming Bahrain bubble is just another pit stop in the country's arduous quest to reclaim what was once ours, the basketball throne in Asia. In behalf of all of us here, we wish our team mabuhay, Laban Pilipinas, in behalf of Sports Page. We'll see you next time.